What's up, everybody? It's Keefe from Ghost Cult Magazine, ghostcultmag.com, and I'm here with the legend, Peter from Vader. How are you doing, man?
Pretty good, thank you.
Welcome back to New York. It's great to see you here in Brooklyn. We are right outside the Warsaw, great venue here in Brooklyn, New York, the home for Polish Americans. So we have the real ancestry here in the building tonight, which is going to be great.
No, I hope so. New York always were great. Like the very first time we were here in '93 with Dayside, actually, the Dubs Lamours, I think. That's such a name, I don't remember. That's not that good. So that was a crazy one. I remember that was a crazy show, and actually, every time we were visiting in New York, so it was pretty crazy. So that's a crazy city. Sorry about that.
We have a lot of crazy Vader fans here. It's going to be a very energetic, exciting show.
Crazy metal fans, I think, not just Vader.
No, that's
good
true.
to know that.
Not just Vader fans, but all New York fans. New Yorkers are kind of crazy in general. So it's going to be a great atmosphere for the show tonight, and really exciting. You guys are on tour here. Fantastic bill, and you guys are here. You have a new single out, Shock and Awe, which is really exciting. You have a brand new album coming soon. So let's talk a little bit about this brand new single and what to expect from this album.
I don't think I can say much about the album because it's still kind of like, I promised the company Nuclear Blast, that's I can't just spread the details yet. But I can say the title. It's going to be called Solitude with Madness. And I can say that it's going to be out soon. It's a little bit delayed. Actually, the album is done. It's recorded since, let's say, September. Just, there's some procedure, and the Nuclear Blast, they like the album. They just ask for a bit more time to show it up, to prepare, the action, before the album's going to be out. Of course, the first single, the opening track, Shock and Awe, so we will perform the one tonight as well.
Yes. So
this is like an appetizer, and that's a typical Vader song. And soon there will be another one, a single, the next song, and we made a video for that. So it's not going to be another lyric video, just a regular video. And the album. So, and what can I say about it? It's going to be Vader. And if you don't like fast and brutal music, don't buy it.
Why are you here? Why are you here? That's what we're here for. Vader, fast and brutal, and raw and honest. That's why we keep coming back 30 plus years.
I'm just trying to compare this one to the previous one, the Empire. It was more like the kind. Some people told me that this is like the spectrum of metal in one album, so you can just find some vibes from classical metal riffs, some speed metal, like black metal, everything. Maybe right. I'm not the guy who just decides, but something like that. So the new album is slightly different. It's more focused on speed. After the album Litany, which went out 20 years ago, and we did not focus anymore just on speed and brutality like we did before that album came out. But now I just a little bit more hungry for that, actually, for something real brutal. And so of course the Solitude with Madness is not going to be just speedy. It's not just one tempo at a time. But if I can say about the music, it's mostly really, really fast and faster. It's just, that's what I can say for now.
It's pretty good, though. I'm really excited. And I'm glad you brought up Litany. Litany is 20 years old this year, and De Profundis is 25 years old this year. And on top of those two things in my mind, this is also, I think, probably one of the longest consistent lineups you've ever had with the band. So I wonder if these things are all kind of aligning, that this long history of Vader and this greatness with the catalog of Vader. And now you have this band that you've had for quite a while, all the players. Does it make a difference to you that you have this kind of kinship and this kind of, who's in the band and you can write to what they can play? It's not going to change. You're not thinking about getting rid of anybody that I know of.
I'm familiar with changes in the band, and so maybe the first time that hurt, but now but of course, if we have a stable lineup, it's always easy to work because you know people better, know what to expect. They know me better, so it's a team. You know, you need the time to work out the team, just to work like machine. And actually, you're right. Like this, the whole history of Vader, the long history of Vader. This is the most stable lineup ever. So, you mentioned the litany and the performance anniversary. 2020 is very special year for Vader because like so many of those anniversaries and litany 20 years, the performance 25 years, and we have also like this one of those favorite albums among fans, the EP, the Art of War, 15 years. And the first demo tape, Movie Break.
Yes.
That was Vader's first step in the world with music. It's 30 years, so altogether it's just like too much, of course, for one performance, one show.
Right.
But we're gonna try, and that's why we named this tour like Anniversary, kind of Anniversary tour. We're not gonna play the whole albums, of course, but we focus a little bit more on those I mentioned, like the performance with me. Out of War. Plus, of course, the fresh songs from the last released EP, Die Messenger.
Oh, I love.
So
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up too. I will say just really quickly before I go on, one thing that's very interesting about Vader. You know, a lot of bands they go away from their earlier material, and then surprise, we started to play this material again. But I've always appreciated that you've kind of honored the whole career, your whole career, the whole arc of Vader. It's not just kind of this time we're doing this, like you said. It's all these different things. It's never one, flavor of this style of music. It's all the things, all the time. And you, it's great. I would love for you to honor these anniversaries, but also you've always played the songs that people want to hear. You've always played songs off of all these albums.
You know, and each band has like the heats. You know, like Sing Vader, and it's not just because like we want it. Just, the fans want to hear like everything, and because we are not able to play everything because there's too many songs recorded. So we try to make every night make kind of like a better medley, like some favorite songs, and just to focus on some milestones. Let's say those this time is going to be there will be those albums I just mentioned before, so and more. So I think each one, those who follow us since the beginning and those who join us just from the last album or just like lately, they should be satisfied enough, I hope.
If you leave after this show and you're unhappy, talk to Peter and he'll straighten you the fuck out. But yeah, and I'm really glad you also brought up Die Messenger, because Die Messenger is amazing. It really almost didn't feel like an EP. It felt like, it was like, this could have been on any Vader album. The songs are so good. And I even love the cover. I know you've done covers over the years, and I thought it was really cool to do the Judas Priest covers, like the 50th anniversary of Judas Priest, the 50th anniversary of Black Sabbath. I was like, it's great to celebrate these classics, and you put your own take on it, which I thought was wonderful.
You know, especially in EPs, like Vader is pretty known that we always try to did that, like respect to the bands we influenced, not just Vader, but many other bands. And we mentioned Priest because like this year's like the 50th anniversary. So many years, imagine that, 5 decades.
Right.
And this is definitely one of those bands who created me as a musician. And without Sabbath, without Priest, Vader would never start probably. It's just that's it. That's the story. And the Die Messenger, is supposed to be actually part of the new album because we supposed to record the album in January. That how we planned. January last year. Just after I knew that everything's going to be delayed because of some problems, some situations. So we still decided just to do something, and because Vader did not record any EPs or like anything besides like the full-length albums for the last couple of years. So we did it again, and Die Messenger, I just put some songs on that, which were like saved for the new album. Some of them I saved for the EP only. Some of them will appear on the album, the full album, different of course, different version. And it reminds me a little bit the times when we were recording Salty's album and then the performance. It's a pretty similar situation. We recorded some songs like Salty's, who was again recorded on big performance, a different version, and Black Sabbath cover. So the message is like pretty same one, I think, as a whole thing, if I can say. And of course, Wes Ben Scholar as an artist, that's one of my favorite, definitely. And just he created that performance before. Like, it's one of fans' like favorite, one of those. And I was so glad that Wes just found the time just to do something. And actually, we started talking about a new album, but among his works, great works, many great works, I found this. And hard to believe nobody was interested in that. It's so great cover, so great art, and absolutely totally fit to the music. And he also, that's, I shouldn't say that, but I already did, so I can say that he created a great cover for the new album as well. But this one will be totally different than what you know from Die Messenger. So that's probably good. It reminds me a little bit more old school of metal covers, if I may say so.
All
That's
right.
just my feeling. But, you know, there's as many opinions as many fans. You know, so I know I expect like people who will love it and people who hate it. But it's the same like with music. This is metal, emotional. So we should hate it or love it. There's nothing in between.
Right. I love that. Indifference is not allowed. Everybody feels
Not allowed.
Not allowed. Everybody's very strongly. I actually used to have that same philosophy too. Like you got to be passionate either way about something. That sounds wonderful. Wes is a genius, and we love his work. And yeah, I'm really excited for this new record. I love Shock and Awe. I can't wait to hear it live tonight. And yeah, I got into the band personally when Deep Profundus came out, and I can't believe it's 25 years. I feel really old.
Me neither.
Is there anything that kind of over the years kind of stood out to that period of time? Because you had to know, like you maybe in the moment when you're recording something early in your career, you're not aware that it's going to be received well or how great it could be, but it was so widely acclaimed right out of the gate from the press and fans, and still stands the test of time. Did you have a feeling when you were writing it or recording it that it was going to be like, oh, this is going to be something?
Oh no, definitely not. When we started with the band, we just wanted to escape from this bad realities of Poland, 80s, and we found a great, place. Metal was just actually government was not interested. It was not politically involved, so nobody really cared about that. So we had the kind of freedom, and ironically, there's more problem today when the government is more into like church and the cooperation with Christianity, Christian church, this huge church in Poland. I'm talking just about Poland, of course, because the rest of the world is more liberal about like belief and things like that. And when we started, so we just wanted to express ourselves, to play music because we were and we are fans, of metal, and we wanted not just listen, we wanted just to create something. So we did. And after the first album, so we had no idea what was going to happen. After the second album was just closer, and I think that was somewhere around like album number 5 when we knew that we were gonna just stay and to be a professional band, which was kind of sacrifice because like fans, they have no idea how it is just to be a professional death metal player. It's just hard work, and of course this is great life. You meet people, you know the world, you create, you get response, bad or good, and this is the good part. But the bad part is just really you don't have time to live. So, so actually, you asked about the time, what happened in between time. I was trying to live. I was trying to have a family to have. I'm proud of it. And sometimes I visit my house just to spend some days, just try to follow my hobby or whatever. And the rest is just like on tour or just recording, practicing, whatever. It's good life, but not easy.
No doubt. You need to actually have life experience in between the albums, in between the tours,
Oh, sure.
so you can create new stuff.
Oh, sure.
As I want to give you back your pre-show time, and I really appreciate hanging out with you and chatting with you, I have just a couple
Pleasure.
more quick questions for you. Obviously, this is a great tour with Abysmal Dawn, who's similar, a veteran band, but also some great young bands. Are there any newer death metal or any kind of metal bands that you're enjoying that you like these days, that you maybe see some of yourself in?
No, even Vitriol was like that. Was like a huge surprise to me because like I was not following the scene like for years. I know that just metal became just too different. The variety of styles is so huge. So some bands to me they don't even sound like metal, but they are. They put just in the same. They call like this that kind of metal or metal sounding. I know it's not my problem. But I'm old school metal, so for me, metal needs to be brutal. First of all, it's specific. And I'm glad that this is coming back. So I found some bands like older or younger that trying to bring back like this old vibe, old spirit metal. And it's hard to mention just right now, but I'm happy that there are bands like that. It's not just guys who are trying to be famous because they think that to play metal is just the easiest way to be famous. It's not like that, but keep trying. But I'm glad. I'm fan, I'm still fan, and I'm always got it. Just this huge skin when there's something that's emotional to me. Like I love it. I love metal.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but I'm glad to see that it's good to know that the veteran legend bands still recognize the talent that's out there from the younger bands. Vitriol is a great young band.
Oh, yeah.
Very surprising how much talent those guys have. I can't wait to see them.
The whole team we have, like, it's pretty good company, pretty good package. It's brutal as hell. So that's why, there's like a full band playing like that. So we have to be really careful with the time. So just please do not kill us. Don't ask for like 2 hours set or something. That's enough for brutality. Trust me. And what we prepared should be satisfaction. Like I mentioned before, so everybody will get something.
Something for everybody. Peter, man, thank you so much for hanging out with Ghost Cult. I really appreciate it. It's great to see you again. If you enjoy interviews like this with myself and people like Peter from Vader, like and subscribe to our channel. I'm Keefe from Ghost Cult Magazine, and we are out.